Hello, and thank you for clicking on another one of my videos. I am Screen Scene Guru, coming at you with a full movie review. This is on Kraven the Hunter. This is now out on streaming on Netflix. I really enjoyed this movie, guys. It got a lot of gripe coming out at the end of 2024. It had a theatrical release date of December 13th, but I think that kind of made a lot of people question whether or not they wanted to go. So unfortunately, it did not make a lot of money, but I've got a little bit of information pulled up right here on the chart. So going into it, we've got, so like I said, it was a rated R film, rated R comic book movie, which we're now diving into that new genre, which I like very much. Sony released, so it's in association with Marvel, but not technically the MCU. This is starring Aaron Taylor Johnson as our lead, Kraven the Hunter. This is a 2-hour and 7-minute film, which I said it's a nice runtime for a comic book movie. Diving into the longer ended runtimes, I think Black Panther 2 was around that 2-hour and 2-hour 10 mark, I believe. So going on to some more of the actors and actresses in it, we've got Russell Crowe that plays the dad, which is really fascinating. Love to see him show up in comic book movies. It seems like he's been in a rash of them recently, showing up in Thor Love and Thunder as Zeus. And then I want to say he played someone else's dad recently in comic book movies or some kind of genre, but I can't think of it right now. But also moving on, we've got our main female lead, Calypso, played by Anna DeBose. I really liked her performance. I feel like they could have maybe put her in a little bit more of this, showed her skills, maybe her background a little bit more. There was some significant flashback scenes in this movie because, of course, it is an origin story for Kraven the Hunter. But not only his story, he did get to focus on his brother, which is playing the Chameleon, another Spider-Man villain, which I thought was fascinating for them to go into. His character we got to see him doing some lounge singing, and he even mocked his father's voice to his brother, Kraven. So we got to see his demonstration of his powers with his voice. But yeah, I like the action in this. Of course, really violent, so maybe don't watch it with the kids. But I like this movie a lot. I don't know if it's going to get a sequel or we're going to see Kraven show up in anything recently. So it might be a while before we see the character again, unfortunately. But I thought everybody did a great performance. If you guys are following me on my Instagram or Threads, I've also posted a video on the bonus features, so be sure to check those out. But moving on to the villains of this film, we've got, of course, Rhino, which I really like the CGI work they did with Rhino. Again, being that these are Sony Spider-Man villains and they're owned, we don't know when we're going to get to see these characters again. There were rumors and speculation when Kraven the Hunter didn't do well in the box office that they would not go on to make these Sony films. Like for instance, this Kraven the Hunter only has 15% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is not that high, but at least it's not rotten out of the score. It's still in the fresh, which is surprising. But going on to, let's see, it made a total of $62 million in its worldwide box office. So depending on how much it cost to make the film, I'm not sure how much it cost, but I heard it lost the studio money. But they are still moving forward with making more projects. We haven't heard an announcement yet, but El Muerto was supposed to be a character, a luchador with a supernatural outfit or mask. There's supposed to be a solo film with Bad Bunny that unfortunately got canceled. But seeing that this movie, Kraven the Hunter, is now on the top 10 for Netflix, it's moving up, actually. I think last time I saw it, because I watched it on Netflix, easy enough, but it was, I believe, number 3 or number 4 on the top 10, and then I went and popped the disc in to watch the bonus features. So funny to see that, but yeah, that's my review for Kraven the Hunter. I enjoyed all the villains. I thought the CGI was good for them. Interesting to use obscure villain. I mean, a lot of people know Rhino, but the brother being Chameleon. And then, of course, they introduced the Foreigner, who is another Spider-Man villain that you kind of had to read a lot of comics to know who those characters were. And I felt like that was interesting that the studio Sony went with those choices, because maybe if Kevin Feige and other MCU people had their choice in picking characters, they might have warned against using someone that maybe the comic book community didn't know as well. Maybe they could have picked other characters, but I'm not sure. I have heard rumors that they wanted to use Kraven the Hunter and the original script for Black Panther 2. They didn't have the rights because that's a Sony-owned character, and then, of course, that's why they had to bring in Namor. But I've heard also that they wanted to bring in Namor anyway, so he was going to be a secondary villain. They ended up making main villain. So that's interesting. But what are you guys' thoughts on Kraven the Hunter? Did you guys like the film? Be sure to let me know down below in the comments. Make sure to leave a like for the video. Follow me not only here on the YouTube space, but you can also catch my clips and commentaries on Instagram and on Threads for more content. Until next time, be sure to check out my videos and have a good one, guys. Bye bye. Alrighty.